Hello, welcome back again to Wow Embossing Powder's YouTube channel. My name's Jane Vaughan and I have got another episode of exploring embossing for you today. I am trying out the new Wow quad today. This is one of the two new ones that have been brought out recently, and it is called Building Blocks by Seth Apter. So we've got these four gorgeous colours here, which I have swatched. So I'm going to be playing with those today, and I really like the textured feel of them. So I thought that I would give something mixed media a try. Now, that could potentially be a disaster. I have never done mixed media before, ever. So yeah, a live voiceover and something I've never tried before. Could it be a disaster? Yes, it could, but you know what, let's go with it. So I'm going to start with my scrapbook.com shape dies, and I think that I am going to try and make a bookmark. So I quite like this size. First thing I'm going to do is die cut this out of some mixed media paper. So I've just bought this mixed media pad. It's a Faber-Castell one. It's got a kind of texture to it like watercolour paper. And just go and die cut my tag. Okay, so that's that done. And I thought what I might do next is to use a stencil to get a little bit of texture on the background. I might add some embossing, white embossing powder over the back, and then do a little bit of kind of watercolory, shimmery stuff with some Nouveau shimmer powders. So I've just got one of these mini domed foams, which I'm going to ink up with some embossing powder. Not embossing powder, embossing ink. And I'm just going to add the embossing ink all over the stencil. And I'm not actually, for once, worried about precision and making sure every single nook and cranny is evenly covered, because it's kind of one of the joys of mixed media is that it does have that kind of more organic vibe about it. I'm going to remove my stencil, and yeah, I can see in the light that that's got quite good coverage. And I'm going to use my bright white embossing powder. Oh, that's good. It's got a nice amount of coverage on that. Okay, so that's all nicely embossed. Okay, so I'm just going to start off with, this is called Lunar Rocket. And I'm just going to tap a few little bits on there. You really don't need much. And then this one is called Storm Cloud. So again, just a few little taps here and there. And then I am going to spray this with some, I'm actually using shimmer spray, just to make sure I get all the sparkle. You see all that shimmer and the pigment kind of running around there, and I'm not worried about it going on my mat. I've got the Tim Holtz mixed media mat, and it wipes down really easily. I'm going to come in with a microfiber cloth and just give it a quick dab because there's so much on there. There we go. Actually, that looks pretty good. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit more on. those shimmer powders. And I might cheat a little bit and bring in I have a water pen here. I'm just going to use that to spread some of that colour around a little bit. And get some more of that pigmentation back. Alright, so I'm going to come in with my heat gun again. So that's pretty dry now. Oh, I love that. I'm sure nobody who knows what they're doing in mixed media would agree, but I like it, so let's go with it. So I think I'm actually just going to use these panels that I've already swatched. I'll do some more to swatch my pot later. And I'm going to die cut some little butterflies out of these. So all I've done to make these is take pieces of card, cover it in embossing powder, so literally just press the card into the embossing powder and then get my powder, give it a shake to make sure that you get all of the good bits all mixed up, and then just apply it to the card and then heat set it. So that's how I made each of these panels. So let's get started on this. I'm going to bring in my mini die cutting machine. Okay, let's just tease this out. Okay, oh look how pretty that is. Okay, let's go with it. Let's get a really nice colourful part of this. So I'll try it here. Okay. So I don't think actually that this guy has enjoyed being die cut from that embossed paper, and that does happen sometimes with delicate dies. And what I would recommend in that case, it's quite hard to get the little bits out and it's causing some of that paper to rip. So what you can do if that doesn't quite work out is just die cut it from white card, ink up the die cut and emboss it. So let's do that. Okay, so that has actually worked a lot better. So I've got my two butterflies. Grab my ink pad and just press the butterflies down into the ink pad. So I'm going to cover the first one in granite, giving it a good shake to mix up all the bits, because you can see here that the colour is made up of loads of gorgeous individual kind of little grains of different colours. We're going to do him in brick. Can you see the amount of glitter in there? So glittery. Okay, there we go. Oh. Okay. It's a bit tricky to get out of the powder. And I'm going to be absolutely covered in glitter. I'm going to grab my little heat mat here that I got from Concord and Ninth. And that just helps to hold the die cuts in place a little bit. Oh, look how sparkly. And get my second guy. Because they've got lots of grains comprising the powder that are quite chunky, they can blow off when you go to heat emboss them. So sometimes it's actually better to heat them from underneath as our 3 butterflies. So let's get them on to the tag. So I'm just going to make the centre of the butterflies from the asphalt. So I'm going to die cut 3 of these. I'm going to adhere it down with some liquid glue. Just down the centre of each one. There you go. Look at all that sparkle and shine. So I think what I'm going to do is fold the wings up a little bit on each of the butterflies as well, so they're a bit more 3D. I'm just going to kind of bend those upwards. I think what I might like to do on this is put a bit of black paint splatter on here before I add here the butterflies, so I'm going to grab something I can use for that. Okay, so I've got like a mini watercolour paint set, so I'm just going to pop a bit of water onto my black. I'm going to grab an acrylic block, which as you can see has been well used for paint splatter in the past. Okay, so I'm just taking it to the edge of my acrylic block and just going to flick that over the background. I really like that. I've never done anything mixed media before, ever. Oops. And I always look at people who do it really well and think that looks amazing, but it's just not really, it's never really been my kind of style. And I just kind of woke up this morning and thought, you know what I want to do? Some mixed media. Okay, like that. I think I'm just going to use one of these pre-printed sentiments from Simon Says Stamp. I'm just going to pop a thin foam strip on the back. Is that going to be a little wide? Let me see. Oh, I think that'll be okay. Okay, that's perfect. Alright, so I'm going to pop that on there. Trim it down. And then I'm going to arrange my little butterflies. Pop our sentiment down. Okay, so let's glue down our butterflies. Okay, so I feel like I just need to add a little bit of bling to finish this off. So I've got some different coloured enamel dots, but I think I'm going to like these ones better. I'm just going to pop these on with some liquid glue. I think we're done. I think that I've just made my first mixed media project. Yeah, what do you guys think? It's definitely not my style, typically, but I actually really like that. Let me know, yeah, let me know your thoughts. Drop me some comments. I actually think I might make more of these. I quite enjoyed that. Well, thanks for joining me again today. And I definitely have done exploring embossing today, because I've never done it in this style before. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel for more inspiration from the rest of the design team. Or do feel free to hop on over to my YouTube channel where I am as Card Days Night. And I've got plenty of inspiration to share with you over there as well. So thanks again for joining me and see you soon. Bye.